Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, by the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah Jalla Majduhu has blessed us with infinite blessings. The greatest is to know Him, recognize Him, and then He Azza wa Jal have not left us in darkness or in helplessness. He sent prophets and messengers for guidance, and they guided people towards the truth. And apart from the prophets and messengers, because they were to convey a message, the message is to act upon that message. So those people who acted upon that message, they became the awliya, meaning the friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the people who were close to Allah Jalla Majduhu, who achieved success in dunya and akhirah. Tonight we are also thanking Allah Jalla Majduhu for such a personality, such a wali. Allah Azza wa Jal blessed this ummah, namely Sayyidina AbdulAziz Dabbagh, Aziz, because these personalities inspire people to become good. Like you see evil personalities, no matter they are related to crime or other sinful and criminal and abominable activities, people follow them and they take encouragement from them, the company. So personalities which are good, they are an inspiration for the people to go on that path. And the life of Sayyidina AbdulAziz Dabbagh rahimahullah ta'ala, every one of us can follow it, in the sense that since childhood and when he was young, his greatest purpose and objective was to achieve not normal friendship or piety and righteousness, but to reach to the highest of high in the proximity, in closeness, and to the pleasure of Allah Jalla Majduhu. And he, rahimahullah ta'ala, spent 12 years on this search. And after that, some years actually, then when his search ended, actually he found the person and the personalities which could guide him, which could mentor him. Then he followed and achieved. And in some ways he excelled many of actually his own teachers in many ways. They were also surprised. So this shows that the door of prophethood is closed now, but the door of wilaya and friendship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Jalla Majduhu to the highest ranking is open for all. Whoever wants, he can achieve. And basically, the verse of the Quran which I recited, Allah Jalla Majduhu mentioned in that verse that the purpose of our creation, that we are created to be friends of Allah and to worship Allah. We were not created to be friend of shaitan or friend of the nafs or friend of evil. That's not our nature. That's not our the purpose. That's not where we fit. So when we are created for this reason, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning, then how is it possible that we cannot achieve if we go on that path? So all of us are in the same boat, that we are in this phase of life, which is life of dunya, life of test, and different ways, knowledge, technology, and other blessings are there. And like we are searching for many, many things, but all these things become zero. The problem is that all these other things become zero. Either they leave you or you leave them. So you can achieve, like, for example, very high level of social status, but it will all become zero. You can become very healthy, but then after again, inevitably, you will lose that as well. Also, you can achieve pinnacle in political or business field or finance, but they all become zero. So, worthwhile is that objective to pursue, that which does not become zero, but which increases day by day, and even death cannot take that away from you, but only bring you more closer and closer to your objective. As one of the scholars was buried in Konya in Turkey, Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi, rahmatullah alayhi, he said that people live on different levels. Some just live on level of needs, meaning I get enough to eat and that is fine. I've got enough to actually drink and that is fine. Sleep, that is fine. Their level, that is their level. They just actually live and die in that circle of need. And some people, they live in the level of desires and emotions, that our eating and desire, they're extra. They don't only need do whatever, but they have extra desires and they want to fulfill them, and they are pursuing them here, there, running after. So these are this category. But this category also, the human being does not elevate itself above the animal kingdom, because that is what they are concerned with all the time. The animal, that they are, as we see, they get eat and drink, and that's it actually there is. So a person lives. And then there are people who live on the level of spiritual planes, spiritual level, which is actually the purpose of human being, in which the person does not, because the first level he is only thinking about himself, around himself, what can I get and what can I not get. Now he is thinking of a being which is greatest of the greatest, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So his vision, his purpose become great. And secondly, now he get out of the shell of the nafs, and he starts to think about all whatever exists, the well-being, the needs and desires of all. So there is a very much difference. So first person is saying, what can I get? If I get what I want, I am happy. And that's it. He does not care about others. The other person, he gets whatever he wants or she gets, but they are not still satisfied. They want others to also actually get and fulfill their needs and desires. So his purpose actually, you may say, expands very much to whole of the earth and whole of the globe. And the other purpose is to have connect with the Creator, so that's that limitless. So he got a different, he's living on spiritual level. Others actually live, as I said, on the level of needs or desires or emotions, and a person dies. And they fail because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Jalla Majduhu had created them for higher levels and they don't achieve. And they live on animalistic level, so they are punished because of that, that you could be a king and a prince and you just actually were roaming around and became a beggar or a cleaner in a way actually, or you had this potential and ability as such. So for this actually, you can see the mentality, some of the teaching of Sayyidina AbdulAziz Dabbagh I will mention to you. One thing, in one place he says that that those people who made their objective things which are distinctive, designer thing. उन्होंने फरमाया कि जो शख्स अपनी सवारी, लिबास, मकान, खुराक वगैरह में लोगों से इम्तियाज़ रखता है, वो बुरा शख्स है कि ये लोगों के दिलों को अपनी तरफ मुतवज्जे करके उन्हें अल्लाह से दूर कर देता है. So he says that any person when he falls from the real objective, then he can fall for anything. And we are victim maybe of this, all of us actually, or people living in this day and age of technology and other things. This is a very common thing that people, he's saying that people who want distinction in their clothes, their houses, or their food, that they purpose is not that they need that or doing it for comfort. Okay, that's fine if person finds something is better in comfort. But one is to show other people. The purpose is in the mind that I want to show other people that I have this, for example, this car or this shoes or this type of house or this kind of things. So anything it can be used by human beings, but they want distinction in them. The disciple of Sayyidina AbdulAziz Dabbagh asked that why is he not good person? Why is he not a good person? He says that reason is that this person is distracting people from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if someone says, oh yeah, what a good, for example, this something is, people are if you are doing for this so that people become impressed, and when they will become impressed, they are distracted from the real purpose of life. They actually distracted from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because they will be thinking about that house, oh what a wonderful thing that is, and all these things. So the disciple says that I said to Sayyidina AbdulAziz Dabbagh that people who are already veiled, who are already in ghafla, who are already on sin, they are not concerned with this. They are already distracted from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. फरमाया कि जो लोग पहले ही अल्लाह से महजूब हैं, उसकी तरफ मुतवज्जे होते हैं, वो तो पहले से ही अल्लाह से ताल्लुक़ टूटा हुआ है, इसलिए उन्हें उसकी तरफ मुतवज्जो होने से कोई नुकसान नहीं पहुंचा. So he's just trying to understand what Sayyidina AbdulAziz Dabbagh is saying. He's saying that those people who are already actually away from Allah, so what difference does it make if someone is impressing them? So he said, yes, बेताल्लुकी तो पहले ही होती है, उस पर बेतवज्जुही का इजाफा हो जाता है. He says that yes, they are already distracted, but this person is increasing them in ghafla, in pursuing all these materialistic things. So, as someone said actually, that when anyone, Prophet Islam said, Ta'is abdi dirham abdi dinar, the worshipper of dirham and dinar, currency, pound, gold and silver, or abdul khamisa, of special kinds of clothes. In today's age, you may say designer things, we, for example, say, who makes these things objective, that I can have, and he's not, or she is not happy with other things, although they are better, but they want this. And the whole purpose of that is actually to impress others. Now, one thing to note in that is that whoever wears or uses or wants something designer, they already admit this fact that I am not honorable, I don't have any worth. I am going to be worthy because of this now. You see, they already actually accepting that they are unworthy, they don't have any honor. Because now this designer cloth, this watch is going to make me actually more worthier. I am not, they're already admitting, I am not honorable, people won't respect me, so it's better I have this actually, this type of special glasses. So people, when they look, they say, oh yeah, very good glasses, and they're impressed. I am not worthy, I don't have honor, but let me wear these clothes so that people look up to me. I don't have any honor, but let me buy this car so that people honor me. You see how a person is thinking and admitting that really the value, the honor should be in the person. मकसद बात करने का ये है कि जो बंदा ये समझता है कि ये कपड़ा मुझे मिल जाए, मेरी इज्जत हो जाए, या ये हो जाए, इस तरह का मुझे मिल जाए, उसने पहले ही ये मान लिया कि मैं काबिल इज्जत नहीं हूँ, मेरे में तो कोई इज्जत वाली बात नहीं है, चलो ये कपड़े से मुझे थोड़ी मिल जाएगी, चलो ये गाड़ी से थोड़ी मुझे मिल जाएगी, चलो ये घड़ी से मुझे, चलो ये ऐनकों से थोड़ी मिल जाएगी, मेरी आंखों में तो कोई कदर नहीं, इज्जत नहीं, लेकिन चलो आंखों. So already you are lost. Already you have lost before even actually wearing that. You have admitted that you are not worthy of anything, that you have no value. You have no value. This thing is going to give you value. Rather, what is the reality of pious and the righteous people? That they themselves invest in themselves, they themselves become valuable. You see, the two things. One is that you yourself become valuable. So anything, even actually this plate or this tissue actually touches you, and this becomes valuable. Oh, this was touched by a prophet, this was touched by a wali. What does that mean? That means that the value was in their personality, and anything touches in them, anything interacts with them, that become valuable. And if I don't have value, I am zero, then I will be looking for what I have actually gold, then I will have honor. So this means I don't have any honor. The gold, I'm wishing that the gold gives me some honor. So one should look that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala jalla majduhu, He said, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ, that I have honored the children of Adam. You have that honor, you have that value if you value yourself. You are more honorable. You know, just for a second, think about any prophet of Allah, any pious, righteous person. Never will come in your mind, oh, they had very big car, or they had very big horse, or they actually have wore very precious cloth, clothes, or they had actually this, Only thing come, your heart becomes filled with respect and honor, and their piety and their closeness to Allah, that comes to mind. Their good character, their welfare for others, their thinking of others, these things come. So, what Sayyidina AbdulAziz Dabbagh rahimahullah is saying, that make yourself valuable. And then whatever you touch will become valuable itself. And if you do not make yourself valuable, then you can wear the bangles and whole, you may say, necklaces of gold. No respect will come to you. Rather, you are demoting yourself, because as I say, it shows that you don't know. So anywhere you see glitter, lot of fashion and things, no, that person is so cheap, he needs these things to value him. He himself is unworthy, not worthy. He himself is valueless. Now he is getting all these things actually to put value on him. Whilst Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala jalla majduhu has put the most valuable thing in us, which is the spirit, which is the ruh, which comes from Allah jalla majduhu. And then this body attains the taqwa and actually put value in it. So there is heaviness, there is weight, not physical weight, meaning spiritual weight of piety, righteousness. Now when we think about Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiyallahu anhu, you see a mighty person who stood and after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a Khalifa, and who did jihad against the most fierce and evil people. But when he read his biography, he was slim built. When he hear about Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jilani rahimahullah ta'ala, again it seems that he was a giant. He was giant spiritual akhlaq and actually. But when we read his physical description, he is very slim built and a humble person as such. So try to understand, either you can make yourself valuable and pricey and dear, or you can make yourself valueless, which has no value, and then you will be relying upon things, or which thing can I buy, which car can I buy, which this can I buy, which clothes, if I have this, then I am going to show, okay, this is it actually. Now, this differentiate, now don't be confused by this, which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked by a companion. He said to Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that I like my clothes to be good quality, comfortable, my shoes to be good quality. Is this arrogance? The Prophet ﷺ said, no, this is. So meaning that if you like something for yourself as a comfort, as a good quality thing, for its benefits, for its durability, though that's different, man. What I am saying, what Sayyidina AbdulAziz Dabbagh rahimahullah is mentioning, that actually buying things, and that for the reason that these things will give you honor and prestige. For example, someone gives you a gift. The precious thing is that that person thought that I shall give you a gift. That is his heart is the precious thing. So the Mashayikh, Awliya, they wouldn't look at what gift, what value, materialistic it is. They will look at the heart of the person. And other people, they will look what price it is, how valuable it is. The story of Sayyidina Nizamuddin Awliya rahmatullah alayhi, that when people came to visit him, many brought very, very precious, very, very, you may say, gifts with high value materially, gold. Some actually bought very expensive shoes, clothes and things. One person brought just some pieces of wood. which he cut. He was a poor person but sincere. So he cut some pieces from a tree, some pieces of wood, and presented that as a gift. Other were some clothes, some money, some actually grain of, you may say, wheat and thing, etc. So there were so many gifts lying there, a heap of them. And Sayyidina Nizamuddin Awliya, rahmullah, he said that actually, distribute amongst the poor and this. Give this to that, this to that, and so. And when they placed their hand on that pieces of wood, he said, leave that, leave this. And he said that when I die, warm up the water for my ghusl with this wood. Because the sincerity in the heart of the person who brought it, although it was very less value, and other were gold and silver. So these are people who are themselves valuable. They also appreciate those things, the heart, what a person is loved. Like say, you go for invitation, food invitation, dawat of ta'am. So you go for dawat of ta'am. So why you should go? Thing is that that person have honored you, he have thought about you. He wants to honor you, to bring you into his house and want to respect you, and out of love he has. So that is the actual thing. Food is secondary. It's there or not there. So people who value this, they go, they can eat very simple food and they will be happy. Like Anbiya alayhim salam, Awliya Allah, that like their seerah was actually the simple, they were happy. And then there are people like me who don't care about the love, the respect that person is giving. They might be just looking at the kebabs, or this wasn't right, or the sweet was not good, or the food was not good. This seems that they have just actually exposed themselves, that they are thinking of lowly things, of not actually thinking of that person have invited you. That's why it is mentioned in the hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam never in his lifetime complained about the food which was given to him. If he liked it, if he didn't, he wouldn't eat. But he wouldn't make a big thing out, like in many houses, many, you may say, dawats, and many domestic abuse happens because of that actually. Salt is not there, or this is not there. There's a big row, dispute, quarrel between servants and masters, husband and wife, and all these things happen. So this is something, one of the teachings which he gave. That's why we are remembering him today. Not he was, for example, he wore very expensive clothes, he had a very big horse, or actually anything else. About his piety, righteousness, teachings, his closeness to Allah, his closeness to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his thinking good of people, benefiting people. This is something. So many people don't realize all this life they are running behind these things, and they have forgot themselves, that they never invested in themselves. उन्होंने अपने, बहुत सारे लोग सारी ज़िंदगी इसमें गुजार देते, इसी धोखे में कि अपनी ज़ात के अंदर तो उन्होंने कीमत को कीमती नहीं बनाया. अल्लाह की इताअत, अल्लाह के रसूल सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की इताअत, अल्लाह की मोहब्बत, अच्छे अखलाक से उन्होंने कीमती नहीं बनाया. वो सारी ज़िंदगी चीज़ों के पीछे भागते रहे कि वो हमें कीमती, वो नहीं कीमती बना सकते. Because this is the quality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, al-mu'izz. Mu'izz means the one who gives honor. This is one of the 99 names of Allah Jalla wa Ala. Allah पाक के 99 नामों में से जिस तरह अल्लाह ज़िंदगी देता है, कोई और ज़िंदगी नहीं दे सकता, इसी तरह अल्लाह पाक का एक नाम है al-mu'izz, that who gives honor, इज़्ज़त. तो इज़्ज़त जो है वो अल्लाह पाक ने देनी होती है, चीज़ों ने नहीं. तो बल्कि आप जब, when a person actually diverts his attention to the real purpose, and decorates himself and illuminates himself with the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and with the lights of the sifat of Allah and of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as I said, he becomes so valuable that anything which touches him becomes valuable. So much valuable. It has barakah in it, it has blessings in it. People keep, like there are many relics of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, Sayyidina Umar, Sayyidina Usman, Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, Rizwanul Ali Majma'in, Imam Hassan Hussain, still existing in museums wherever people are keeping, or barakat that there is, that they touch this thing. And then actually it is other people who were not actually valuable, who didn't put any value in themselves, and those things, although they were filled with gold and silver, even so many of them have toilets of gold, but no value come, beds or anything like this. Because they've lost, as I said, before I wear something, I have lost already. Why? By admitting that I am myself not honorable. And this thing will honor it. So this is one of the teaching. Secondly, he rahimahullah ta'ala said, Hazrat ने फरमाया कि अल्लाह ने अपने बंदों की तरफ रसूल भेजे और उन्हें इताअत करने का हुक्म सिर्फ एक बात के लिए दिया, और ये कि इसे पहचान कर उसे एक जाने और किसी चीज़ के साथ किसी चीज़ को उसका शरीक ना बनाएं. जब बंदे ये मकसद हासिल कर लेते हैं तो वो अल्लाह के नज़दीक महबूब हो जाते हैं. So he said that one of the major reasons of sending the messengers, all the Anbiya, and especially our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the prophet of prophets and messenger of messengers, that their purpose of sending was that they introduce people to their Creator and the way which actually leads to the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And once a person does not associate any partner, he becomes on Tawheed, and then if he follows those, what are those ways? He further mentions that what we see as good deeds, for example, the Anbiya alayhimus salam come, they say, do this, do this, do this, don't do this, don't do this. He rahimahullah ta'ala, he said that these things are like windows which actually bring light. So you open the window of any good deed, it's as though you open the nourishment, the light will come forth. Another good deed, light will enter in your heart, in your body, in your mind, in your inner self. Another good deed. So, and secondly, why we are asked to stop doing some acts which we call sinful is that when those we open upon ourselves, we open darkness upon ourselves. It's the doors of darkness, doors of evil. We are opening ourselves. So it would have been very, very difficult, almost impossible for us to know which windows are actually which will bring light and which windows will bring actually darkness. Where will darkness come? Where will light? We won't be able to know. So that is the mercy of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and all Anbiya who came, that they didn't leave this hard work for us to do. They just introduced, they mentioned one by one. And what are they? They are doors which bring barakah, blessing, the anwar upon us. And they also warned us of those doors and windows which we open, they will bring curse, darkness and things. So all we have to do is recognize our Creator and believe in Him without any partner and making a purpose of life, and open those doors which bring light upon light, and not to open those which... So no one wants to be cursed, no one wants to be condemned, but once you open a door, the thing will come. If it's cold outside, if you open window, cold will come inside. If it's hot outside, you open a window, the heat will come in. So from this point of view, if you look, it is a great mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and actually a great favor of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that his sunnah means every act of his is like a door of light. Every act of his. And every act which is opposite to him is a door of darkness. And sometimes you think, okay, I will do it, or shall I do it or not, what's happening? There is so much actually evidence. There are millions and millions of people who passed, who opened these doors, and history is witness, they become successful. And those who open the doors of darkness, history is witness, Quran is witness, their stories are there, that they became unsuccessful. So really, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made our job, our task very much easier. He introduced beautifully Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then the way to him, and actually amals, good or bad, were hidden. We didn't know what to do, what not to do. People were drinking alcohol in the beginning and all these things. So he gradually introduced and तो ये सैयदना अब्दुल अज़ीज़ दब्बाग़ रहमतुल्लाह अलैह ने अम्बिया और रसूलों के भेजने का मकसद बयान किया। फरमाया कि इनको भेजने का मकसद ये होता है कि अल्लाह की मारिफत हासिल हो, कि अल्लाह एक है, वही आपसे सबसे ज़्यादा मोहब्बत करता है और उसी ने आपको पैदा किया है, और वो चाहता है कि आप हमेशा की जन्नतों में, बादशाहतों में जाके रहें, उसकी ज़ियारत करें, अम्बिया के साथ रहें, हमेशा मौज मेला करें और वहाँ हमेशा हमेशा रहें। तो अल्लाह तो ये चाहता है। अब ये है कि फरमाया कि बाकी रह जाते हैं। फरमाया कि कुछ दरवाज़े ऐसे हैं कि जो बंदा खोले, कुछ अमल ऐसे हैं जिससे फिर अनवार, एक नूर आता है, और कुछ दरवाज़े ऐसे हैं वो बंदा खोले तो वो बंदे पर जुल्मतें यानी लानतें और मुख्तलिफ़ किस्म की जो है जुल्मात और अंधेरे और परेशानियाँ आती हैं। फरमाया कि वही जो अम्बिया इकराम हैं, उन्होंने अपने अपने ज़माने में, और नबी अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम ने हमारे लिए ये जितनी सुन्नतें हैं, जितने नेक अमाल हैं, ये वही दरवाज़े और खिड़कियां हैं। आप खोलेंगे तो नूर ही नूर, नूर ही नूर, अनवार, बरकतें आएंगी। और जिन चीज़ों से मना किया है वो दरवाज़े हैं जिससे जुल्मत आता। हर बंदा मुझे बरकत हासिल हो, देखिए बरकत का दरवाज़ा तो खोलता ही नहीं बंदा, उन्हें बेबरकती वाला दरवाज़ा खोला हुआ है। बरकत कैसे आए? जी सुकून आए, सुकून साहब दुआ करो सुकून। आपने बेसुकूनी का एयर कंडीशन लगाया हुआ है। जितने गुनाह है, कोई ना कुछ खोले हैं, वो सारे तो बेसुकूनी आ रही है, तो सुकून कैसे आएगा? सुकून तो तब आएगा कि जब आप वो सुकून वाला खोलेंगे सिस्टम। अच्छा, तो बंदे चाहते तो अच्छी चीज़ है, लेकिन खोला जो है वो बुरी चीज़ है अपने ऊपर। चाहते हैं भाई मिसाल के तौर पर ठंड लगे और बैठे आग के सामने हैं, हीटिंग पे लगाया हुआ है, तो ये तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बाय एसेंस everyone, alhamdulillah, they want goodness for themselves, but the thing is that they have opened the doors and the channels of evil for them. So how will they attain goodness? How will they attain? So they don't want to change their habits, but they want goodness. This will not happen. So you have to actually close these. That's why Sayyidina AbdulAziz Dabbagh's path and tariqa, देखिए आपका जो तरीका है उसमें क्या होता है? First day a person comes, he is given marifah of Allah, and then he is shown how to close these doors of darkness. ज़ुबान के जुल्मतें किस तरह बंद करनी, आंखों का किस तरह बंद करना है, कानों के गुनाह किस तरह छोड़ने हैं, हाथों के गुनाह किस तरह छोड़ने हैं, दिमाग के जिस तरह छोड़ने हैं, ये बंदे को पहले बताया जाता है। एंड देन तरीक़ा मुहम्मदी, हज़रत मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम का रास्ता, सुन्नत कौन कौन से तरीके हैं वो अपनाए। सो very soon the person is traveling towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in light, and slowly the darkness gets out of him, the light replaces him. तो यही दावत है। तो अल्लाह पाक मुझे भी और आपको सबको अमल की तौफीक अता फरमाए। और हमें भी मरने से पहले पहले नहीं बल्कि अपनी ज़िंदगी में ही रहते हुए हम अल्लाह के वली बन के कुछ ज़िंदा रहें। लोग अक्सर कहते दुआ करो वली बन के मरे, को मरना ही है सिर्फ वली बन के, ज़िंदा भी रहें कुछ देर के लिए, कुछ साल जो है अल्लाह के दोस्त बन के, कि रहना दुश्मनी में है और मरना ही सिर्फ दोस्त बन के है। होना तो ये चाहिए कि भाई ज़िंदा भी अल्लाह की दोस्ती में और मरे भी अल्लाह की दोस्ती में, और वो तरीक़ा यहाँ सिखाया जाता है, आप भी सीखें माशाअल्लाह।
Jazakallah khair to the Sahab. And as they alluded to, that we have to know to open the right doors and the right windows and shut the bad ones. And that really there on the wall is that roadmap. That will show you which are the right doors to open, which are the right windows, and which are ones we should close. So really anyone who is here new tonight, there's Brother Hasnan, Brother Abdul Rahman, who will sit after Isha Salah there and they will explain that roadmap to you. So please come and see myself or make your way over there after the Isha Salah, and they will show you, and you can begin that journey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tonight. And those brothers who are already on this journey, where exactly are you on the roadmap? When is the last time you checked yourself? Are we still like myself on the bottom half? We're not making any progress. When is the last time we had a review? Again, there are stars available for reviews tonight, so please again avail yourself of this opportunity so that you can again really get back on that road and really progress towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And any of the problems that we have, sometimes we have marriage issues, financial issues, addiction issues, even laziness issues. We have trained practitioners and teachers tonight who can really sit with you and go through these. So these problems may be weighing you down, but unless you try to seek help, how are you going to move forward? So again, these people are sat here to benefit you tonight. So please, again, come and see myself. We'll put your name down and we'll get you seen, and inshallah these problems will start to get resolved. Again, anyone who has any kind of spiritual issues, jinnat issues, mental issues, physical issues, we have healing practitioners available again tonight to see you. They're here sat all night to see you, so why are we not really taking this opportunity? We stand here week after week and nobody comes forward saying problems. So either nobody's got any problems and we're all happy, then the question I would ask myself is, where are we on that roadmap again, really? So if these problems are weighing us down and stopping us on that roadmap, we should be at least seeking help. We also have an event in Bolton, which is on Sunday, the 10th of September. It's entitled The Oasis of Dua, How to Quench the Thirst of Souls. So this is a ladies-only event. It's a free event. You must register. And so this is on Sunday, the 10th of September, between the hours of 6:30 and 9:30 at the Memory Lane Hall in Bolton. So again, if anybody wishes to get details of that, please come and see myself and sisters. Again, it's a sisters only. So again, please, it's a free event, but please register so that they know how many people are coming and they can plan accordingly. And really, it's free, so we should really take, again, benefit of this. If I could just ask the brothers to stand up, move forward, and we can do the setup for the zikr. If just everyone stands up, because obviously we've been sat down so they can get some blood flowing between their legs. And if they start to move slightly forward, we will now begin the majlis of zikr. Again, just some basic adabs. Again, this is a loud zikr, so we shouldn't feel shy when we are joining in the zikr. There are plenty of times when we should be shy, but this is not one of them. So again, please don't be shy. If you can just ask the brothers to move forward a bit more. And just again a reminder that after the zikr and the dua, we will inshallah have the Isha Salah just shortly before 10 o'clock inshallah. So again, brothers can move forward and sit back down, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يعوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا. مولاي صل وسلم على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. على حبيبك خير الخلق الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين والفريقين من نرم ومن عجم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته لكل حول من الأهوال مقتحم لكل حول من الأهوال مقتحم فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. سبحان الله عدد ما خلق. سبحان الله عدد ما خلق. سبحان الله ملء ما خلق. سبحان الله ملء ما خلق. سبحان الله عدد ما في السماوات. سبحان الله عدد ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وما في الأرض. سبحان الله ملء ما في السماوات. سبحان الله ملء ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وما في الأرض. سبحان الله عدد ما أحصى كتابه. سبحان الله عدد ما أحصى كتابه. سبحان الله ملء ما أحصى كتابه. سبحان الله ملء ما أحصى كتابه. سبحان الله عدد كل شيء. سبحان الله عدد كل شيء. سبحان الله ملء كل شيء. سبحان الله ملء كل شيء. حسبنا الله 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 ونعم الوكيل. نعم المولى ونعم النصير. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. نعم المولى ونعم النصير. رب اغفر وارحم وانت خير الراحمين. 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 أنت خير الراحمين. أنت خير الراحمين أنت خير الراحمين أنت خير الراحمين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين
سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين أستغفر الله
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 الذي لا إله إلا هو
الذي لا إله إلا هو
الحي القيوم
الحي القيوم
وأتوب إليه
وأتوب إليه
اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه. الحمد لله الحمد لله عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته وصل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم إنا نسألك خير هذه الليلة ونعوذ بك من شر ما في هذه الليلة. Ya Rabbal Alameen, O Lord of the heaven, Lord of the earth, Lord of day and night, Lord of everything which you have created, and the Lord of the mighty throne, we ask you, beseech you to accept our majlis of dhikr and nasiha and whatever good deed which we have done in our entire lives and in this day especially, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen. By your fadl and grace, send the reward of this majlis to our beloved, our Master Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to all Anbiya, Siddiqeen, Malaika, Ahle Bayt Atahar, Sahaba Rizwan Ajma'een, Tabi'in, Taba Tabi'in, Awliya Ummat, especially Sayyidina AbdulAziz Dabbagh, Quddus Sirul Aziz, and all the other awliya who passed away in this month or who have come onto this life in this month, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen. Ya Rabbal Alameen, we are your sinful servants. We are unworthy. We have not lived up to the purpose for which you have created us. We ask forgiveness. We beg forgiveness, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen. We have wronged ourselves. We have done wrong with our eyes, with our tongue, with our speech, with our heart, with our bodies. We have oppressed ourselves, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen. There is no other door to which we can go for forgiveness. Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, forgive us, otherwise we will end up being losers in this dunya and akhirah. Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, O the most merciful, infinitely merciful, infinitely compassionate, we beseech you and ask you of the goodness of this world and the goodness of hereafter. Whatever Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked for in his du'as, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, bless us with this as well. Whatever the Prophet ﷺ asked refuge and protection from in you, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, grant us the protection from all the evil within ourselves and the outer self, the evil of shaitan and evil of the nafs. Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, enable also us to, by your fadl and rahmah, to be included in your friends, although we do not deserve it in any way. But Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, we are not hopeless of your mercy. Your mercy is infinite. Your mercy is everything encompassing. Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, by your grace and mercy, accept and bless us for whatever we are doing in our dunya and for our akhirah as well. Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, give barakah in the lives and the health and the livelihood and the children and the families and the businesses and the works and properties of everyone. Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, by your fadl and grace and rahmah, whoever is ill in any way, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, grant them shifa. Our brother Aziz's mother is ill, Ya Allah, give her shifa and give us all a good end. Enable us to leave this world in the best state of iman. Enable us when we have to resurrected on the day of judgment to be in the pious and the righteous, and enter us in the abode of Jannah and heaven without hisab and without kitab. Ya Arhamar Rahimeen, by your fadl and grace, bless everyone who have attended or not attended or will listen until day of judgment. Ya Rabbal Alameen, apne fadl wa karam wa ihsan se hum par raham farma. Ya Allah, tu arsh azim ka Rabb hai, Rabb Muhammad hai. या अल्लाह, हम जितनी भी खैर तूने पैदा की है, नबी अलैहिस्सलाम ने उसका सवाल किया, हमें वो अता फरमा। हर शर से पनाह अता फरमा। हर चीज़ नेमत जो तूने अता फरमाई है उसमें बरकत अता फरमा। हमारे ईमानों में, हमारे अमाल सालिहा में, हमारे रिज़्क़ में, जान में, माल में, इज़्ज़त में, बच्चों में, कारोबारों में बरकत अता फरमा। ओ या अरहमर रहम, जो लोग मज़लूम हैं पूरी दुनिया में, उनकी मदद फरमा। ज़ालिमों को हदायत नसीब फरमा। हर काफिर को ईमान नसीब फरमा। हर मुल्क को अच्छे हुक्मरान नसीब फरमा। जितने लोग गरीबत की चक्की में पिस रहे हैं, या अल्लाह उनको ग़िना नसीब फरमा। हमें भी अपनी हैसियत के साथ उनकी मदद करने वाला बना। या अरहमर रहम, सबकी जायज़ हाजात को पूरा फरमा, परेशानियों को दूर फरमा। या अरहमर राहिमीन, अपने फ़ज़ल व करम व एहसान से हमारी दुआओं को कबूल फरमा। जो खैर नहीं मांग सके वो भी अता फरमा। या अरहमर राहिमीन, आखिर में अपने तमाम मामलात हम तेरे हवाले करते हैं, दुनियावी भी उखरवी भी तुझी पर भरोसा करते हैं। तू बेहतरीन कारसाज है या अरहमर राहिमीन। हमारे वालिदैन तमाम मुसलमानों की मग़फ़िरत बख्शिश फरमा। जिन्होंने हमारे साथ ज़िंदगी में कोई नेकी कोई एहसान किया उनको बेहतरीन बदला नसीब फरमा। जो लोग ईमान की हालत से दुनिया से चले गए उनकी मग़फ़िरत फरमा, और जो हम जिंदा है हमें भी ईमान का ख़ातिमा नसीब फरमा। व सल्लल्लाहु अला नबील उम्मी व अला आलिहि व सहबिहि वसल्लम तस्लीमा। आमीन।
I know I'm waiting for something to happen.